All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take. It's all brought to you here by Rosie's Corner. That's where I am right now. 9 minutes with me, IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. If you are in and around Central New York, you're home for the holidays with your family and friends, you got to get up here to Rosie's. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. And today is Goulash Thursday. Make sure you come on down for the themed foods during the week. They've got Meatloaf Monday, Turkey Slop Tuesday, Wednesday Chicken and Biscuits, Thursday Goulash, and Friday incredible fish that you can put with your mac and cheese or your coleslaw and your fries. Rosie's Corner, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. Gift cards available for the holidays. And oh, by the way, they are available on Grubhub. Follow them on Facebook and on Instagram for more on Rosie's Corner. Again, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. And hey, make sure you get their salads out of the cooler as well. Mac salad, potato salad, and their delicious chicken salad as well. Plus desserts up front with their great bakery of brownies, sugar cookies, and more. Jim Boeheim, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, I know this guy is super smart. I've covered the team for a long, long time. I don't miss those press conferences, by the way. But to go up on the podium on a Thursday night and basically call the crowd sickening and basically say that he shouldn't have to be a cheerleader and knocking the crowd that was announced at over 16,000. I know that's the paid attendance crowd, and it was a few thousand less than that. But to knock the fans of Syracuse, New York, fans who, again, I get into it with a lot of them. There's bad fans, there's great fans. That's what fan bases are across the board. But to criticize them and attack them for how much they're supposed to cheer for you in a game, first of all, it's on a Tuesday night, it's during the holiday break, it's an 8 p.m. start, and oh, by the way, the weather is fucking awful. Did you notice what was going on last night, Jim, during the Central New York situation, the ridiculous wind chill temperatures? We were getting piles of snow. It was slippery as hell. The ice was absolutely falling. It was a nightmare outside last night. Couple all those things together. The 8 p.m. start is a big one for me because kids have to get up in the morning, all the rest. If it's 7 o'clock, it's a much different situation. And oh, by the way, kids are also finishing out the semester in terms of their high schools, elementaries, and middle schools. But for him to go and criticize the fans like that is a disastrous thing for Jim Boeheim. It's a horrible look. Now, let's unpack this thing layer by layer by layer. Number one, TV dictates the start of that game. There's a certain amount of games that are played on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, which last night's game was, the ACC network, CBS, all that stuff. There's certain contractual things where teams get on certain networks, and the networks are paying like crazy to carry a lot of those games. Reminder, TV sets the time. Reminder, TV pays Jim Boeheim. And here he is bitching about the crowd. He should be bitching about the TV start, and maybe TV could pull some of the money away from him that they pay him annually. It's bullshit. Number two, let's face facts. Remember when Jim Boeheim decades ago didn't even want to move into the Carrier Dome? Remember when he did not want to even be a part of the situation? Oh, the Dome. Oh, I don't want to play there. Manning Fieldhouse is cozy. It's a home court atmosphere. I don't want to play in the Carrier Dome. Well, now fast forward to 2000, almost 20, and Syracuse has had millions and millions of 30,000 plus crowds. They've gone from the Big East to the ACC flawlessly. Duke, Georgetown, Villanova, St. John's, Jerry McNamara's last game, sellout crowds upon sellout crowds, the money, the revenue stream, Nike, all that stuff. I think it's worked out pretty well there, Jimmy B. And so you are criticizing fans who have come to a place that you didn't even want to go to decades ago. How'd that work out for you? Again, wrong again. Let's add one more wrinkle to this whole thing. These fans have been cheering and going crazy for you for years. They have battled all of the elements in shithole Central New York from late November until March. They have battled through the wind. They have battled through the snow. They have battled through the incredibly difficult elements, and we haven't even added in the shit show parking and the cost of that parking and how bad the ushers are and how mean the security is and what pricks the police are up on campus at Syracuse. And the fans have done right by you. The fans have come up. They have spent their money. They have spent money on their souvenirs. They have bought your Nike Elite, which helps pay you. They have paid for food. They have brought their kids. They have brought their family when they're home on breaks. Screw Jim Boeheim for saying this stuff at the podium. And I got to be honest with you, there has been some kind of a public perception about me and the fact that I hate Syracuse, and nothing could be further from the truth. I was the kid 6, 7, 8, 9 years old begging my father to go see games because my favorite player was Sherman Douglas. I cried when Keith Smart made the shot in the 87 final against Syracuse on the corner after Derek Coleman had missed the free throw. Look, I am such a Syracuse guy in terms of the sports teams. I fell in love with them when I was young. I root for them. Cuse lacrosse, Cuse basketball, Cuse football. Love having the legends on. I've interviewed Floyd Little. I've interviewed all the Powell brothers. I've interviewed plethora of people. Hell, I've interviewed Jim Boeheim. But you know what? The last couple of years, I'm done. I'm done with the basketball program right now because I am sick and tired of this guy disrespecting people across the board, including me, who made a phone call in 2018 to him. For those who don't know, I called him to congratulate him on the Sweet 16 and to ask him to come on my podcast show, and he told me that he would come on my show when I showed him some fucking respect. Well, guess what? He also then said get rid of the 2-3 zone. That I said to get rid of the 2-3 zone, and he said that he said that I said that the coach should go. A, I've never said either of those things. B, I then told him, look, the head coach, I have a better relationship with the coach in waiting. At that time, when he accused me of this, I had said it prior to that apparently on radio. That's what he heard, but that's not what I said. I had a better relationship with Mike Hopkins. Why wouldn't I be excited about Mike Hopkins taking over if I have a better relationship with him than with Jim Boeheim, number one. Number two, I've never said to get rid of the 2-3 zone. The 2-3 zone is a staple defense of the Syracuse basketball team, thanks to Jim Boeheim. It has gone global, by the way. Jim Boeheim has spread it to places like Washington with Hop, Duke with Coach K. There are players and coaches now playing it in the NBA, and it has gone global. There are people trying it internationally, by the way. The zone is an incredible defense, and it's incredibly effective in March because people cannot prepare for it. It's an incredibly difficult situation to prepare for from a basketball standpoint. However, the 2-3 zone, on the given day that you're getting torched by a team making three-pointers, all I said on radio, and I remember the segment like it was yesterday, it's just nice to have multiple defenses to go to if your 2-3 zone is shitting the bed. Is that really a bad thing to say? Not at all. There are a million people who agree with me on that. And oh, by the way, remember when Syracuse got out of the 2-3 zone in the 2016 NCAA regional final? I do. Remember what happened? Malachi Richardson was draining threes. Syracuse went into a pressure defense, into a full court press, and they pounded Virginia, and they waltzed in to the Final Four in Houston. Look, Jim Boeheim, I got a lot of respect for you. I really do. I've rooted for Cuse hoops my entire life. As a non-media guy, I'm a super fan. I want Cuse to do well. I went wild when I was hosting those post-game shows because I was so excited that Syracuse basketball made it in. But now you've given me a way to root against you. You've given me another reason to absolutely, positively disrespect you and disrespect Syracuse basketball and disrespect everything that it stands for, because you went up on a podium and you criticized my friends. You criticized people who have gone to those games and spent hundreds upon thousands of dollars to go see you play. My dad used to be a season ticket holder anymore, and it's shit like this why people don't want to be a season ticket holder anymore, because you acting like a curmudgeon up there at the podium and disrespecting the fans is unacceptable. I'm wondering what your next move's going to be, if you're going to kind of waltz away and go, oh, I shouldn't have said that, and you're going to apologize because it's the holidays, or give us some line of bullshit, which, you know what, we're probably going to forgive you. Fine. You're the face of Syracuse University. You have been, which is another point that I've made, that you can retire whenever you want because you've earned it, and you have built this program going all the way back to recruiting Louis and Bowie, Louis or Roosevelt Bowie, recruiting Pearl Washington later on, making Syracuse a bona fide phenomenon of college basketball. But this was unacceptable. This was disrespectful. Shame on you, Jim Boeheim. Should have never been uttered out of your mouth. It was uncalled for. Mike Lindsley here, 9 minutes with me, IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. Go ahead and get on down to Rosie's Corner. Pizza, pasta, hot, cold subs, you name it. They are getting it done over the holiday time. You don't want to cook some days leading up to it? Go with Rosie's Corner. I'm Mike Lindsley. Thanks again for watching. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.